Guys, I think the Bulls did a great job this offseason. So let's talk about, first off, Dalen Terry. What a great pickup because A, gives you an insurance policy for Lonzo Ball. Also, you have Ayo DeSumo who could back up Lonzo Ball, but Dalen Terry is actually a point guard. And Dalen Terry can also play shooting guard and small forward. So he's a guy who can guard 1 through 3, but also play 1 through 3. And I love that pickup. But this isn't what we're just talking about. We're talking about what they've done in free agency. First off, I think this is a team that they went out and got Goran Dragic, who truly will be the backup point guard. And Goran Dragic, I know, guys, he only had one good game last year for the Nets, and he didn't look at all good in the very few games he played. I think, he played 2 games for the Raptors before they shut him down? So, look, a 1-year, $2.9 million deal for Goran Dragic. And if we can see the Goran Dragic, at least 80% of the Goran Dragic from his Miami days, I think that's fine. Off the bench, 15, 20 minutes a night. If we can see the guy that, look, in his last year in Miami, he played 26 minutes a night. I think we won't really see that, but if he can get to close to 10 points a night while shooting 37% from 3, or he's a career 36% three-point shooter. So if he could do something along those lines, that's fine. Okay, I like that. And also, I love the tweet that Nikola Vucevic tweeted saying, "Glad my offer for the house I found in Salt Lake got rejected then," because it seems like the Bulls might have been on the way. Also, they brought back Derrick Jones Jr., who, in my opinion, Derrick Jones Jr. is an underrated athletic freak and an underrated defender. This guy, I know he didn't do anything super special, but he had a career year, arguably, shooting-wise. For the limited amount of shots he shot 54% from the field and 33% from 3, career high from both of those. Yeah, he only averaged 6 points and like 4 rebounds, but he's a guy who come out, and if he plays enough minutes, he at least gives you 1 steal, 1 block because of that 7-foot wingspan he has. I love that they brought back Derrick Jones Jr. And I love that, look, DeMar DeRozan, Vooch, Lonzo Ball, Patrick Williams, Caruso, Kobe White, who I think could play that 6-man role, Ayo DeSumo, Dalen Terry. Like, literally, look at this. DeMar DeRozan, Vooch, Lonzo Ball, Caruso, Patrick Williams. They also brought in Andre Drummond, okay? So now they actually have a backup center who can play some defense. I know Drummond isn't a great defensive center anymore, but he's a better defensive center than Vooch is. So you have Vooch, DeMar, Pat Williams, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, okay? Brought back Zach LaVine, Caruso, Andre Drummond. You got yourselves Derrick Jones Jr. back. You also got Goran Dragic, okay? Javonte Green. You brought back Tony Bradley, okay? Ayo DeSumo, Dalen Terry, and you have a qualifying offer out to Malcolm Hill. You basically have the full roster. I think the continuity, the chemistry is going to be better. People don't realize how good of a coach and X and O's guy Billy Donovan is. And also, listen to this. Vasilije Micic camps is pushing for a trade. Specifically, he wants to go to Chicago, Denver, Milwaukee, or San Antonio. And this is awesome. And I know the Bulls actually have been labeled as one of the teams that have been making calls to the Kevin Durant. Chicago Bulls are one of the teams making the calls. I don't know if they're actually going to do anything about that, but first off, I think it's interesting to see what all is possible, but I'm actually very much impressed by this because the defense has gotten better. I think that was a big thing we can all agree was defense needed to be fixed. This team offensively was fine. And now defensively, I think they're getting there too. And they're getting players that can go 2 ways. And I think that's smart. Smart on their part. And they didn't go out and, they lost Troy Brown Jr. That's fine. They brought in their man, Derrick Jones Jr. to replace him. I just think they've done a very good job of just looking at what they need to fix. And it's just been very good. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Do you guys agree with me, or am I just speaking out of my ass about our man? Well, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm not just being overzealous and thinking that they did a good job, because I think they really did do a good job, and it's something that they deserve the credit for, because they're a team that I think is easily a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference, and that they're gonna I think shock a decent bit of people, in my opinion, with what they're capable of and how good they are. So let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. That's it from me.